The wind screamed through the cliffs of Devonshire. Beneath the moon, the sea crashed against black rocks. On the edge of that world stood Blackthorn Abbey, silent, abandoned, and feared. Few remembered when it was last alive. Fewer still dared to speak its name aloud. But tonight, someone was coming. A stranger with no belief in ghosts. Her name was Isabella Morningside. She was a historian and a skeptic. Her carriage stopped before the iron gates. Rain fell in heavy sheets. "This is it, miss," said the driver nervously. "You sure about staying?" "Quite sure," Isabella replied. "They say no one lasts a night in there," he muttered. "Then I'll be the first." She paid him and stepped into the storm. The gates groaned open, uninvited. Lightning illuminated the abbey's towers. Inside, time itself seemed broken. Tapestries hung in tatters. Candles burned though no one had lit them. A chill settled around her shoulders. Just drafts and superstition, she told herself. The abbey's corridors stretched endlessly. Her footsteps echoed like whispers. She found the library first. Hundreds of books rotted on their shelves. One lay open on a desk. The words were smeared by age and water. Only a few remained legible. The walls remember. "Do not listen after midnight." Isabella smiled. How poetic. She made camp by the hearth, lighting a lantern. Her mission was simple: research the abbey's curse. Locals said its monks had vanished one night centuries ago. Others claimed they still prayed in the dark. Isabella planned to prove it was all myth. "Every legend has a reason," she said aloud. At midnight, the abbey exhaled. Wind moaned through the cracks. The fire dimmed. She opened her notebook. First impressions, she wrote, are haunting but inconclusive. Something moved behind her. She turned. Nothing. Just nerves. But then came the chant. Low. Rhythmic. Human. It rose from beneath the floor. Kyrie eleison. Kyrie eleison, Isabella froze. The Latin echoed through the stone-like prayer from the grave. She grabbed her lantern and followed the sound. Down the corridor. Past the dining hall. Into the crypt. The chant grew louder. Kyrie eleison, she reached the bottom of the stairs. The air was thick, wet, and cold. Dozens of coffins lined the walls. One was open. Empty. Ridiculous, she whispered. I'm chasing echoes. But then she saw it. Footprints in the dust, barefoot, fresh. Leading deeper into darkness. Her lantern flickered. Is someone there? Silence. Then, from behind, you shouldn't be here. She spun around. A man stood by the stairs. His robes were black, his face pale. Who are you? She demanded. Brother Thomas, he said softly. One of the monks. We all were, he murmured. Until the bells stopped ringing. This place has been empty for centuries. Not empty, he said. Just forgotten. Are you alive? He smiled sadly. Once. She stepped closer. He began to fade. Wait, she cried. The truth lies above, he whispered, and vanished. Isabella ran upstairs, breathless. The abbey felt different now, awake. The walls pulsed faintly. As if alive. She reached the bell tower. Its ropes hung limp. The great bell was cracked down the center. Carved into its surface were words, when it tolls, all shall be revealed. If it's broken, it can't toll, she said. But the moment she touched it, it rang. The sound tore through her chest. Visions exploded before her eyes. The abbey in flames. Monks screaming. a black figure chanting in Latin. The sea roaring closer. "Stop," she cried. But the visions only deepened. She saw herself, or someone like her, in the crowd. A woman in a red cloak, holding a book. "No," Isabella whispered. "That can't be me." The vision shifted. The woman turned, her face identical to Isabella's. "You broke the vow," the monk shouted. "You summoned it." "I only wanted truth," she screamed back. A shadow rose behind her, tall, faceless, monstrous. The woman opened the book and everything turned black. Isabella fell to her knees as the bell's echo faded. "What was that?" she gasped. "Your past," said a voice. She turned. Brother Thomas stood again. His eyes glowed faintly. "You were here before," he said. "Centuries ago." "That's impossible. The curse began with you." "Me? You sought immortality through memory. I don't remember any of this." "That is the punishment," he said. "To return until the truth is faced." "Then tell me," she cried. "You must see it yourself." He held out his hand. "Touch the book again. The one from the vision. It waits where you left it." "Where?" "In the chapel." She ran through the abbey's halls. The candles lit themselves as she passed. Whispered prayers followed her. "Forgive us, forgive her." She reached the chapel doors. They opened slowly. Inside, moonlight poured through stained glass. On the altar lay a leather-bound book. It glowed faintly, breathing. "This is madness," she whispered. Still, she opened it. The pages turned on their own. Words burned into the paper. "To bind a soul is to chain eternity." Images followed, a ritual, a circle of fire, her own face. "I did this," she whispered. "You did," said Brother Thomas, appearing behind her. "You trapped us all. Then how do I free you? You must finish what you began." The ground trembled. Shadows poured from the pews. The monks appeared, faces hidden by hoods. "Complete the vow," they chanted. "Release us or join us." Isabella clutched the book. The pages burst into flame. "I release you," she shouted. The fire spread to the altar. "No?" Thomas cried. "You don't understand. If we burn, you burn too." "Then let it end," she screamed. The abbey roared like the sea. Flames climbed the walls. The monks' robes turned to ash. Thomas reached for her hand. "Thank you," he whispered, fading. The fire engulfed them both. Everything went white. Then, silence. When Isabella awoke, she lay on the cliff outside the abbey. The rain had stopped. Smoke rose gently from the ruins. "It's done," she said weakly. Her notebook was beside her, unburnt. She opened it, blank. "Except for one sentence, you cannot destroy what you are." She frowned. "What I am?" The ground beneath her trembled. From the ashes of the abbey, something moved. A figure stepped forward, her mirror image. "You freed them," the doppelganger said. "But you remain." "No, you're not real. I'm the memory you left behind." "Then disappear." "I can't." "You're the keeper now." "Keeper of what?" "The echoes." Lightning struck the sea. The abbey reformed in the distance, whole again. "No," Isabella whispered. "It rebuilt itself." "It always does," said her double. "When belief returns." "I don't believe." "You wrote about it, didn't you?" "Yes." Then you remembered. The air thickened with voices. "Remember us, pray with us, stay with us." The abbey's windows glowed red. "You brought it back," said her reflection. "How do I stop it?" "You can't stop yourself." "Then I'll forget again." And the cycle begins anew. Isabella screamed and threw the book into the sea. Waves swallowed it whole. The abbey dimmed, flickered, and vanished. The cliffs fell silent. She breathed in relief. Finally, she whispered. A voice behind her said, "Finally." She turned, the driver from earlier. But his face was pale, eyes black. "Your carriage awaits, miss." "What? How did you find me?" "I never left." "You're one of them," she said. "I am their memory," he replied. "And you are ours." The ground opened beneath her. She fell through darkness. Screams echoed from below. "You can't escape what you began." The wind swallowed her cry. When she woke, she was in a pew. The chapel looked new again. Candles burned bright. Monks prayed softly. She looked down, her hands were pale, translucent. "No," Brother Thomas smiled sadly. "Welcome home, Sister Isabella." "No? I freed you. You freed us. Not yourself." The bell above began to toll. The monks knelt in unison. Shadows filled the aisles. Isabella screamed. But no sound came. Her body dissolved into mist. The book reappeared on the altar. It opened on its own. Words formed in glowing ink, "Every vow has a price." Outside, the sea calmed. The abbey stood silent again. Centuries passed. The world forgot Blackthorn Abbey. Tourists came, took photos, and left. Until one day, a new historian arrived. His name was Adrian Blake. He'd come to study the abbey's ruins. The locals warned him. He laughed. "Ghost stories don't scare me." That night, he found a book on the altar. It was warm to the touch. He opened it. The pages whispered his name. "Adrian, what the hell?" He dropped it, but it floated back to his hands. A woman's voice filled the air, "Finish the vow." The candles lit themselves. The bell tolled once. He saw her, Isabella, smiling faintly. "Who are you?" he asked. "The last keeper." "What do you want from me?" "To begin again." "No, you came willingly," she whispered. "You read my book." "I didn't, now it's yours." The book burned with light. When it faded, Adrian was gone. The abbey was whole again. Monks sang softly in the dark. Isabella knelt by the altar, smiling sadly. "Another believer," she said. The shadows whispered approval. The sea howled against the cliffs. The bell tolled once more. And Blackthorn Abbey waited. Always waiting for the next soul to remember.